Light TV Midday News. Quote of the day: healing begins when you release what no longer serves you. The headlines: Government concludes Sinometal's spillage investigations. Mysterious coffin found in Chipangali field linked to poor harvests. FAZ targets goalkeeping revolution with FIFA elite course. With the news in detail, my name is Agnes Ngoma. The government has concluded investigations into the Sinometal's spillage incident. Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development Permanent Secretary Dr. Hapenga Kabeta says an independent environmental consultant has submitted its assessment on surface and groundwater contamination to the Zambia Environmental Management Agency, ZEMA, which is currently reviewing the report. Dr. Kabeta says once ZEMA finalizes the review, stakeholders will be engaged to determine environmental remediation and compensation measures. He reaffirmed government's commitment to ensuring safe and environmentally responsible mining practices and thanked the government of Sweden for technical support. Meanwhile, Swedish Ambassador John Hellenborg reaffirmed Sweden's support for sustainable mining through research partnerships with UNZA and Nortec. In February 2025, Sinometals suspended operations after a tailings dam failure that polluted the Kafue River, affecting aquatic life, water supply, and agriculture.
Yes, there was a spillage, and we are happy that the Swedish government participated in helping us reduce the extent of the damage in the process of cleaning up the river system, water systems, and the general ecosystem because of the spillage on the copper belt. But I think you may be aware that government, to be informed, decided that through an open system or tender, we appointed an independent assessor, and the independent assessor has finally completed the assessment of the actual damage that had occurred on the copper belt. But the extent, the report I think is still being reviewed by the primary entity called ZEMA. And when ZEMA at its own time feels that we need to share that report, I think we shall all be involved and see how we can provide comments around the report and see how matters of compensation, matters of cleaning the environment could be executed. Obviously, that affected us very badly, and I think government has come out very strongly in ensuring that we want mining to take place in the country, but not at the expense of the people of this country. The water systems need to be maintained clean, and that is the position basically from the very top. The president has been very clear on that particular matter, and I think the minister has echoed that same position.
University of Zambia will be the main contact for that work. And it's 5 Swedish universities that are on the Swedish side. And one of the areas will be mining research.
The Zambia Association of Manufacturers, ZAM, says improving macroeconomic conditions are creating room for price reductions. Speaking at a press briefing, Zambia Association of Manufacturers, ZAM, President Muhammad Umar cited a stronger kwacha, easing inflation, lower fuel prices, and a more stable power supply as key factors. A recent ZAM survey shows 76% of responding manufacturers have already adjusted prices, with reductions of between 5 and 20% recorded in sectors including agro-processing, milling, pharmaceuticals, paints, and plastics. ZAM says over 30 companies have announced or are in the process of announcing price cuts, while others are being encouraged to follow suit. Meanwhile, PPDF Deputy Director General Jacqueline Saidi Chishimba urged retailers to work with manufacturers to ensure the reductions reach consumers. ZAM added that sustained price stability will depend on predictable policies and a more efficient business environment.
Reductions of between 5% and 20%, largely driven by currency appreciation, lower fuel costs, the recent stability in supply of electricity. These outcomes clearly show that manufacturers respond positively and responsively to improving economic fundamentals. Manufacturing prices are shaped by a complex cost structure. While exchange rates are positive, ongoing pressures remain, including high energy costs, the price of locally sourced inputs, domestic interest rates, and tax or excise adjustments implemented in late 2025. These structural factors highlight the importance of continued policy support to enable broader and more consistent price reductions. The association therefore emphasizes that sustained price moderation is best achieved through coordinated and predictable policy action. In this regard, we respectfully highlight the following enablers. Firstly, the suspension of SI number 76 to reduce on input costs and improve regional competitiveness.
Of continuous, sustained and structured public-private dialogue, which has been instrumental in unlocking long-standing bottlenecks that previously constrained the ease of doing business in Zambia. Through this partnership, government and the private sector have created a platform where challenges can be openly discussed, practical solutions explored, and reforms implemented to improve the business environment.
The Zambia Police Service has launched specialized peace support training for 90 officers at the Zambia Police Training College in Lusaka, running from February 2nd to 22nd, 2026. The program, sponsored by the British Peace Support Team Africa, aims to equip female police officers with skills required for the United Nations and African Union peace support missions. Opening the training, Police Training College Commanding Officer Muvita Nawa, speaking on behalf of Inspector General Grafel Musamba, said the initiative reflects the service's commitment to excellence, gender inclusivity, and global peacekeeping readiness. He noted that modern peace missions are complex and high risk, requiring officers to protect civilians, support institutions, and operate advanced systems. British Peace Support Team and Africa Police Advisor General Zakaya Hussein reaffirmed the UK's support, while Police Peace Support Operations Director Chomba Chaungopa urged officers to fully utilize the opportunity. The training covers information technology, tactical 4x4 driving, and firearms instruction. After 9 years of struggling for a bumper harvest, a 52-year-old farmer in Chipangali has made a shocking discovery. A coffin in his tobacco field, believed to be the reason his crops kept disappearing. Eastern Province Police Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba said that Benjamin Banda, a well-known tobacco farmer at Mulangeni Farm, noticed a swarm of flies hovering over a single spot yesterday, February 2nd, 2026, around 07 hours. When Banda approached the flies scattered, revealing a coffin covered in blue, red, and yellow clothes with tobacco leaves underneath. Alarmed, he reported the matter to the local traditional leaders. A renowned traditional doctor was called to investigate, and he confirmed the coffin's presence. During traditional rituals, The large coffin shrunk, was removed from the field and later handed over to Mgubudu Police Post, then transferred to Chipata Central Police for safekeeping. The coffin is suspected to have been used to spiritually steal and transport his produce, shedding light on the farmers' long-standing crop losses. We take a break, and on the other side, join me for sports and international news.
The Battle of the Choirs. The second edition of the Battle of the Choirs is back. This year, the Battle of the Choirs is happening again. It's the second edition 2026. Register your video now. Send in 2 minutes recorded video. Fill in the registration form. Pay registration fee of 250 kwacha, non-refundable. Registration is now open for 7 weeks. Yes, starting from the 1st of February 2026. This competition will run up to June as the dedicated month for crowning the champions. Competition awards for this year include: first prize 100,000 kwacha, second prize 50,000 kwacha, third prize 30,000 kwacha, fourth prize 20,000 kwacha. Guess what? The first choirs to be registered stand a chance to be advertised early on our TV station. Register, register, register now!
Welcome back. We continue with the news. In sports news, the Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, has launched the FIFA Elite Youth Goalkeeping Coaches course, aimed at improving goalkeeping standards in Zambian football. Speaking at the launch in Lusaka, FAZ President Keith Mwemba said the program is a strategic intervention to address long-standing weaknesses in goalkeeping through structured training and education. Mr. Mwemba explained that the initiative will promote uniform goalkeeping methods across clubs, academies, provinces, and national teams, adding that specialized coaching can no longer be left to chance. The course runs from February 2nd to 6th and is being conducted under FIFA standards, facilitated by FIFA experts Alejandro Heredia of Argentina and Cameron Cox of South Africa. Mr. Heredia said the program will equip coaches with modern techniques to build technically and mentally strong goalkeepers.
As an executive committee, we have made a clear decision to pursue a solution-based approach to football development. We must be honest with ourselves about the areas where our football needs strengthening, and we must be deliberate in our addressing them. Goalkeeping is one such specialized area where over time gaps have been identified at both youth and elite levels. Rather than reacting to outcomes, we have chosen to invest in solutions. And coach education remains one of the most effective solutions available to us. This is why this FIFA Elite Goalkeeper course is extremely important. Very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you, the participants gathered here today, have not been selected by chance. You have been targeted as strategic personnel. The knowledge must not just end at your clubs. The clubs are the ones that produce players for national teams. And we are in a hurry to bring back our football to the levels where it belongs. And there must be no mistaking about this. we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do, and let's not live in past glory. There's a lot of work ahead of us. Individuals who play a critical role in shaping the future of goalkeeping in Zambia. The knowledge, standards, and methodologies you will acquire during this course must go beyond this room and be transferred to clubs, academies, provinces, and national teams. Ladies and gentlemen, modern football demands specialists who understand the game in depth, the intricacies of the game, as they call it. The goalkeeper is no longer just a last line of defense, but an integral part of the team's tactical, psychological, and technical structure. To compete at the highest level, we must develop goalkeepers who are...
All is set for Zambia's CAF Futsal AFCON qualifier against Ghana, with kickoff scheduled for 18 hours Zambian time today. The first leg encounter will be played at the University of Cape Coast Sports Hall in Ghana. The Zambian national football team has completed its final preparations ahead of the crucial away fixture, concluding its last training session at the match venue as the technical bench finds tactics and match readiness. Zambia will be targeting a positive result away from home as the team begins its quest to qualify for the CAF Futsal AFCON 2026. Fans back home are eagerly awaiting the outcome of what is expected to be a closely contested match. In international news, Nigerian police say a group of 80 churchgoers kidnapped in Kaduna State have escaped their captors and hid in nearby villages for 2 weeks before safely returning home. The victims were among 177 worshippers seized last month when gunmen attacked 3 churches in the Karminwali community, police say. State Police spokesman Mansur Hassan says the escapees fled on the day of the abduction but stayed in hiding because they feared being captured again. Police say the returnees are now undergoing identity verification and medical checks at Kaduna State Police Headquarters. The Christian Association of Nigeria says it cannot confirm that all the escapees have returned. Police say the attack is part of a rising wave of kidnappings for ransom across northern Nigeria, highlighting ongoing security challenges in the region. That note brings us to the end of the midday news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. Government concludes Sinometos pillage investigations. Mysterious coffin found in Chipangali field linked to poor harvests. FAS targets goalkeeping revolution with FIFA elite course. Thank you for tuning in. Stay inspired.